Welcome to the Maryland Science Center's Kitchen Sink Science. It's December, and that means at the Science Center, science is sweet. So we have an at-home engineering challenge for you. In honor of the holiday season, we thought it would be fun to engineer a way for the gingerbread people to not sink to the bottom of the milk cup. So you're going to need a couple of things. You're going to need some sort of gingerbread person. In this case, we have a gingerbread lady. You're obviously going to need a cup of milk, and then some other things to engineer with. And we thought it'd be fun to engineer with edible things. So we have some assorted candies and sugar cereals and cinnamon sticks and things. And we've also got some fondant that we made, and so that's one of the things that we're going to get to do today is learn how to make fondant at home with stuff you probably already have in your pantry. So let's get started. The first thing that I want to do is use some icing, and so this is a trick you may already know, but it's a good one to remind ourselves about. We can make a piping bag by filling a zip top baggie with some frosting. So we're going to just stick that in a glass, roll the sides down, and just start spooning it in. All of my homemade frosting comes from red top cans. Okay, so we've spooned some in. Take it out, make sure we zip and push any extra air out. And now you don't have to pay all that money for those piping bags because you already had a zip top bag at home. You're just going to snip the end and you can pipe your icing or your frosting. So now that I've got that, I was thinking maybe I'd build myself a raft out of some sugar wheat cereals. So just pipe and stick and pipe and stick. So I think I'll join my raft pieces together. And for good measure, I think I'm going to seal it with a little bit of icing. Okay, so we've got a raft. Now we just need to test it out. Nice cold glass of milk. I already know that my wheat cereal treats will float. Use some prior knowledge for that one. Okay, so we're going to drop it in and stick our gingerbread person on. And now I can time myself and see just how long will she make it before she sogs up and sinks to the bottom. So this is a fun thing, especially if you've got people visiting or a bunch of kids over or the family just needs something to do. Everyone can make their own, time it, and see who wins the challenge. You can always go back and work on your engineering design. So something that may or may not work as a really nice sealant for any of your rafts or crafts would be a homemade fondant. So fondant normally you find on like wedding cakes. It's what makes them look so smooth and pretty and nicer than your sort of home-baked cakes. You can buy it at the store, or you can make this easy homemade version using marshmallows and powdered sugar if you want it to be tasty when you're done with it. Or I just have a bowl full of some cornstarch. Edible, but not as tasty. So all you're going to need to do is snip up some marshmallows into small pieces into your bowl full of cornstarch or powdered sugar. A little sticky. And then you just work the pieces in with your fingers, and you just keep working it until you get something that's less sticky and more workable. And you can use your hands like I'm using, or you can use a rolling pin, and you'll actually get a pretty nice fine sort of roll out of it. So I can just sort of work it out, just like you would work out any kind of dough on a surface. You can put some of the powdered sugar or the cornstarch down and work it into any kind of shape that you want. So maybe if I want to take a small piece, keep working it out, and I think I'm going to try and make a diving suit for one of my gingerbread ladies and see if she can withstand the wet of the milk. Okay, well, so maybe my fondant skills need a little bit of work, but these are all things that you can try at home. So if you make this at home, if you try a gingerbread sog challenge, let us know, share some pictures, link it back to us, and we'd like to see what you guys make.